Welcome. My name is Brandon. Please join me on this tour of 7 Points in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's right, we are in the big city for an urban mall. I wanted to share this beautiful shot at night, but we will have to return when the mall is open. While 7 Points has a Minneapolis street address and zip code, locals would tell you the mall is in Uptown. The Uptown neighborhood is about 3 miles south of the heart of downtown Minneapolis. Also, depending on the age of the local, they might say 7 Points? Oh, you mean Calhoun Square. I will discuss the name change later. In the early 1980s, local developer Ray Harris had plans to convert old buildings to create a new mall in Uptown. The mall opened in 1984 as Calhoun Square. It was named after the nearby Lake Calhoun, which was named after Vice President John C. Calhoun. I went to this mall once as a child, and once during college. I don't know why my dad took me here, but I have a vivid memory of learning about and trying gelato here for the first time. Unfortunately, the gelato shop is long gone, but at least you can get a great espresso at the mall at Curioso Coffee. I mentioned to a friend that I was making this video. He wanted me to discuss the really swank Filio restaurant. It opened in 1985 for a fine Italian dining experience. No, I am not about to make a joke. An open restaurant where you could see the cooks preparing your meals was new to the Midwest in 1985. According to the Twin Cities Eatery, every meal began with a house-made bread basket and a plate of olive oil. My friend loved a tortellini dish with prosciutto and peas, covered with Alfredo sauce. I myself never had a chance to try Filio, as it closed in 2010. At that time in my life, I thought the Buca di Beppo chain was expensive enough. In 2012, Cascade Hospitality bought Filio and opened a different location in the new outdoor mall called Shops at West End in St. Louis Park. It did not last very long. Let's return to the year 2000 for the second time I visited Calhoun Square. While attending college at the University of Minnesota Duluth, my friends and I drove down from the frozen tundra to see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon at the nearby Uptown Theater. As college students, we did not even look at the fancy Filio menu. Instead, we ate at the now abandoned Famous Dave's. Famous Dave's was Famous Dave's, but it was affordable, and this location had a small stage and a live musician playing guitar during our visit. Ray Harris remained as the mall's owner for 20 years. He sold Calhoun Square to a Des Moines, Iowa investment group in 2004. Around this time, I had graduated college and returned to the Twin Cities. In the late 2000s, none of my friends went to Uptown to shop. Instead, we'd visit Uptown for a fun night out. I never once thought to stop in at Calhoun Square. My greatest memories were going out for dinner, drinks, and midnight movies. I probably saw The Room half a dozen times at the Uptown Theater. I also remember walking 6 blocks back to our car in negative 15-degree weather at 2 a.m. after seeing the original Evil Dead. Fun memories, but now I'm older and would rather start winding down my evening at 9 p.m. than start winding it up. People's Organic is a small chain of healthy restaurants with locations around the Minneapolis suburbs and University campus. They have locations in Blue Wall and the Du Bois Library. Blue Wall and Du Bois? I have never heard of those. I used to work at the university. Oh, the 2 university locations are in Amherst, Massachusetts? Huh, you learn something new every day. If you happen to ever visit the original large enclosed mall Southdale Center, you can check out a People's Organic location right off the food court. Returning to mall history, in 2007, the Iowa Investment Group sold the mall to an affiliate of New York-based BlackRock Incorporated for $47.3 million. The new owners were able to convince an LA Fitness gym, CB2 furniture store, and a 2-story H&M clothing store to move into the mall. In 2014, local developer Stuart Ackerberg bought Calhoun Square in hopes of returning the mall to its 1980s glory. He noticed there was a steady stream of people going into the mall to use the gym, but there was nothing to keep them there after a workout, no smoothies or salads to quickly buy on the way out. Ackerberg had big dreams for Calhoun Square. He thought Minneapolis should have its own equivalent of Seattle's Pike Place Market. But before we discuss Ackerman's dream further, let's go on a slight tangent. In 2017, Lake Calhoun was renamed to its original Dakota name, Bade-Makaska, meaning White Earth Lake. Around this time, many residents no longer wanted to tolerate the fact that the lake was named after a person who advocated for slavery. I was curious why a lake and then mall was named after a vice president who never lived in Minnesota. In 1817, when John Calhoun was the United States Secretary of War, he sent surveyors to map the area around Fort Snelling. The surveyors decided to name one of the largest lakes in the area after Calhoun. Returning to Ackerberg, in 2019, he gave up on his dream of making Calhoun Square the next big thing in Minneapolis. He sold the mall to a Chicago investment firm for $34.5 million, which was half of the amount he paid 5 years earlier. Famous Dave's left the mall that same year. It opened in a new location down the street. In 2020, the owners of the mall, now North Pond Partners, renamed the mall to 7 Points for the same reason the nearby lake was renamed. While writing the script, I was wondering how the mall got its new name. Did 7 neighborhoods converge here, or maybe 7 streets at one time? Oh, it was named after the 7 points in the crown that stands above the mall's main entrance. 7 points in the crown. That's it. That's the reason. North Pond also announced plans to add an outdoor plaza, market store, and mixed-use space to the mall. H&M closed sometime around 2021-2022. CB2 left the mall to make room for an apartment development in 2022. 2 years later, the abandoned furniture store is still standing. As I was nearing completion of this video, a friend sent me photos of 7 Points, mostly as a joke, as in, hey, look at me, I'm in a dead mall. He did not know I was working on a video about this mall. By complete coincidence, he and his wife were walking through the center while I was recording narration. He mentioned trying to cut through after hours after seeing a play. My friend said that while the mall was dead, the skating rink was busy. Wait, what skating rink? I never saw one. How could I have not seen this? I had to return again to see it with my own eyes. While it is not a former roller rink, you can go skating or learn how to skate in the former CB2 furniture building. As more and more malls are being torn down for generic condominiums, it was great to learn that part of the mall was being used for something fun instead. While 7 Points is not doing well, the Uptown neighborhood has grown up a lot since I started visiting in the 2000s. Several empty lots have become condominiums. With more people living in the area, there is now less free street parking. The last time I went to Uptown after 10 p.m. was in 2015. I parked in the parking garage adjacent to the mall because it was now the only convenient place to park near the Uptown Theater. Oh yeah, if you are looking to see art films or midnight movies, you won't see them at Uptown Theater. The cinema stopped showing movies in 2021 during the pandemic. The site has been a music venue since 2023. In some videos, people brag about how they snuck into the mall guts to share rarely seen hallways and stairs. I cannot brag about it today. These mall guts are open to the public. With the escalator shut down, mall management had to find a way to get people to and from the gym without making them walk all the way through the mall. Instead, the public gets to walk up and down these creepy stairs. And that's it for my tour of 7 Points in the Uptown neighborhood of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's see what St. Paul has to offer. My next video will be on the jaw-dropping Cray Plaza that was once called Galtier Plaza and was once thriving. I hope to see you again, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.